or later see it. But folks, they have not come around. They barely acknowledge that low carb could work for some. But you get the idea that even making that mild statement is done grudgingly, and it's actually painful for them to say or to write it. Meanwhile, diabetics are experiencing kidney failure, foot and leg amputations, and premature death, while we wait and wait for the ADA to finally acknowledge what many of us have figured out years ago. Cutting the carbs is the most powerful thing you can do to beat diabetes. I am no prophet, but I have a feeling this new American Diabetes Society, with its emphasis on carbohydrate restriction, is an idea whose time has come. There is a groundswell of tens of thousands of people all over the world who know from their own experience that slashing the carbohydrates in your diet, employing time-restricted eating, and focusing on meats and low-carb vegetables, and doing some moderate exercise, well, these things are going to bring such a reduction in glucose levels, it is shocking. It's almost hard to believe, and yet your glucose meter or your CGM will tell you day after day, again and again, this glorious news: you are winning the fight against diabetes. I don't know the future for this new low-carb organization, the American Diabetes Society, but knowing the doctors who are on their board, it has to be vastly superior to the stale, outdated, timid, lethargic, ineffective ADA, who write as though they had just stepped out of a time machine straight from 1975. If you want to beat diabetes, it's time to get radical. It's time to adopt a slash and burn strategy. Trash your MyPlate. Burn your DASH diet books. Give up your vain efforts to eat mountains of sweet potatoes and quinoa and whole grain bread. Run full speed toward a carb-restricted diet and watch your blood sugar levels normalize. As Adrian Monk might say, you'll thank me later. The question that so many people have about us is how in the world did you guys get to know each other? How did you get together? Well, the answer is found in Benedicta's new autobiography, When Destiny Calls. In fact, we do something in that autobiography that is almost never done. We each have a chapter sharing from our own perspective how we got together and how we first got to know each other. So she tells her side of it, I tell my side of it, and then it goes on with the rest of her autobiography. And the whole autobiography is exciting. There's a lot of drama.